Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to today's live stream. I've got a special game. No game today, actually. I've got a special. Actually, I guess it is a game. I got a special game for you guys today. That's pretty good. I've got Brandy over here on the left side of your screen and Country Kisses over here on the right side of the screen. And this is going to be a battle between two channel members. What's up, ladies? How are y'all doing today?
Good. Happy to be here.
Good. Excited, a little nervous. I'm reading on that. Real quick before we get started on this, guys, what we're going to be doing today, just a breakdown of what will be happening, is we're going to be doing our weekly pick'ems. Normally, this is a channel members only live stream, and this is still technically a channel members only live stream because we have only channel members doing this pick'ems with us right now, but they are going to go head to head. They are studied up, brushed up, and ready to go with their football knowledge today. I'm going to put the graphic behind me for the games that will be coming up in order, and they are going to be giving us, their picks and their decisions and their reasons why they like these teams as they make points, as they make good points and or make me laugh or whatever it might be. I will be awarding points to them, and we will have a winner by the end of this one. This is the first time we've ever done anything like this on Football Nation, so this is going to be good. By the way, guys, everyone in the chat, you're welcome to participate out there as well. What is going on, Chad Bees? What's going on, Matthew Garcia, Ali, Robert Zamora, Brandy on the left, Country on the right? Let's go ahead and get this thing started, ladies. Cool. So our first matchup is already listed in there. It is going to be the Miami Dolphins versus the Buffalo Bills. And the Miami Dolphins will be coming into this game as 12.5-point underdogs on the road. So, with that being said, we're going to start with Brandy here. We're going to give you 30 seconds on the clock to tell me what your pick is and why you chose that team. Take it away.
I'm gonna go with the Bills. I'm not sure what Dolphins are doing right now. Are they even playing football at this point? But the Bills will be home, so that's
Yep.
important. And plus, I just think they
Yep.
play better.
Yep. 15 more seconds. You got 2 points on the board. Max of 5. Try to max it out here.
Uh, ah, that's
That's okay. That's okay. That's good. Hey, you made me laugh, so that's another one right there. Let's go. 3 points on the board. Brandy with 3 points. Country, tell me who you are picking for this matchup and why.
Okay, so I think this is a no-brainer. Sorry, Dolphins fans. It's the Bills. I mean, they aren't they aren't playing that great, and you're going up against Josh Allen. We know that Mario, this isn't his favorite team, but he does like Josh Allen, right? He said it.
Fair.
Um, Also, I mean, he won the MVP last year. And then Josh Allen last year, his team was one of two to defeat the Chiefs they were undefeated for how many games, and then the Bills came and crushed so I think even this year they're looking good, and I think with these two teams, no brainer.
Time.
Bills are going to take
Perfect.
it.
I think both of y'all went with the Buffalo Bills. Both of y'all guessed the same team that I guessed this week. So both of y'all get 1 extra point on this one. The score is now 5-4. Country has a narrow lead on this one today. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go on to round 2 right now. But really quick before we move on, I agree with both of y'all. I think the Buffalo Bills are this is 100% a no-brainer. A 12.5-point spread, y'all. 12.5-point spread. Las Vegas thinks that the Dolphins are doomed for the rest of the season. Tua literally tweeted out today that he's going to be force-feeding Tyreek Hill, so now every team is going to be double-teaming Tyreek Hill for the rest of eternity. So I think Buffalo Bills all the way. Okay, y'all, let's move on to the next matchup. So, Brandy, you went first last time. Country, we're going to put 30 seconds on the clock for you right here, right now. We've got the Texans at Jaguars for Week 3. Who do you think will win this matchup?
Okay, well, with the Texans going in 0-2 and Jags going in 1-1, which kind of surprises me, I'm going to be honest with the Jaguars. Honestly, this is a tough one for me. And some people might think I didn't think the Jaguars were going to look as good as they did last week. Um, this one, this one's tough. I think I'm
Three
going to
seconds.
surprise everybody and go with the Jaguars. The
Okay.
Texans didn't. They just didn't look very good to me, and I
Yeah,
mean,
they struggled.
they
They struggled. Okay, fair, fair. You made your point. Time is up. Nice try. Well done. You tried to squeak in a few extra seconds there, didn't you?
But I'm a chatterbox. It's a good thing you have that timer. I gotta watch it.
I love it though. The enthusiasm is there and I love it. Brandy, your turn. 30 seconds on the clock. Who do you think will win and why?
Okay, so Jags and the Texans both have a bunch of injuries, so it's going to be a pretty level playing field on that.
Fair.
I'm also going to go with the Jags, though, just because they just seem to be playing better than the Texans. I don't think the Texans are doing much of anything. And I'm probably not going to use my 30 seconds again.
Okay, no worries. So we are still looking at a 6-7 lead. Looks like Country still has a narrow 1-point lead after your moment there, a narrow 1-point lead. I'm actually surprised that both of y'all went with the Jaguars on this one. The Jaguars are favorites for this. Oh, and my apologies. I just clicked on the wrong screen here. The Jaguars are 1.5-point favorites, so Las Vegas agrees with y'all, but I'm actually taking the Houston Texans in this matchup. Now, the offensive line has struggled for the Houston Texans. The Jacksonville Jaguars now have Travis Hunter on their team. Obviously, Trevor Lawrence was a top 10 quarterback. Last week, he did really well. C.J. Stroud had his fair share of struggles. But that defense of the Houston Texans, I think, will step up. Week 3 for DeMeco Ryans and his team, I'm going to lead towards the Houston Texans. I am the odd man out speaking here. So I'm going to respectfully disagree with the both of you ladies, but you know what? Y'all could definitely be right, and I could be the big old dummy wearing the plum-colored suit jacket. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one here. Let's end this poll. Let's go ahead and pop this open. Let's start a new one, and let's go on to the next game. Who will win, Colts or Titans? So Country went first in round number 2. That means, Brandy, you will be going first in round number 3. This game, Colts at Titans, y'all. The Colts are 3.5-point favorites. Brandy, who do you think will win and why?
Probably the Colts, because they haven't lost yet, and the Titans haven't won yet. So unless it's going to be just, an upset and shocking, I would say that the Colts are probably going to take down the Titans. But they do, I think, had a couple injuries there, but I still think the Colts will have it over the Titans.
Okay. I'm inclined to agree with oops, I don't want to spoil it. Okay, that's the end of the 30 seconds right there, Brandy. Country, you're down by 2. So you got 30 seconds on the board. Let's see what you got.
Okay. Colts. I didn't think they'd actually be doing as well as they are, honestly. But against the Titans, Colts for sure. Especially Brandy mentioned that the defense. I don't think whether the defense was doing very good or not. The Titans. I still don't think they'd be. I don't think they're a very solid team. Looking at the clock here. And just, in this rivalry, the Colts have just always had more of a historically they've been better than the Titans. So.
Okay, fair enough. I agree with all of y'all's points. It's been an interesting season here, and I probably should have. I'm trying to do a lot of pieces at the same time right now. So Colts versus Titans, y'all are both going with the Indianapolis Colts. And I'm going to agree with you guys. Las Vegas, 3.5-point spread. They've been right most of the time right now. But the Tennessee Titans are kind of still struggling to figure it out. Cam Ward coming in has been honestly not terrible. But Daniel Jones, how about Daniel Jones, the ex-quarterback for the New York Giants, just being insanely good all of a sudden out of nowhere? Like, what the what? That is the case right now, and if Danny Dimes can continue to do what he's been doing this season, I don't see why the Indianapolis Colts won't get the win. So you both get an extra point because I am leaning towards that right now. Both players tied up at 10 right now. This is a close one. Okay, both players tied up at 10. Looks like Brandy went first in round 3, so Country, you'll get to go first here in round 4, but before we bring that up, this next game coming up, oops, it looks like my graphic is a little off. Here we go. The next game coming up will be the Raiders and the Commanders. It's going to be the Raiders at Washington, and the Washington Commanders and the Las Vegas Raiders both coming into this game 1-1. It's a 3.5-point spread in favor for the Washington Commanders. Let's put 30 seconds on the clock right now here for Country. Country, you go ahead and let me know who you think is winning and why.
After yesterday's game, watching the Raiders, I'm going with the Commanders. Commanders haven't been doing as good as I thought they would be doing, honestly. I have Jaden Daniels on my fantasy team. He has his knee injury. That's not going to help. Hopefully he can get back from that. But a knee injury, it still makes me nervous that how long he's going to play. And then, Geno Smith, he threw all of those interceptions. It didn't look good. And then he has
time.
That's it.
You were cooking right there. You were making some good points right there. You picked up 3 points. Brandy,
30
I'm gonna put
seconds
30
goes
seconds.
really fast.
It goes by pretty
Not
fast.
really, no.
Doesn't it? I guess it depends on who you are. Let's go ahead and see what you think, Brandy. What do you think? 30 seconds on the clock. Who will win this game and why?
Oh, oddly enough, I'm actually really excited about this game.
Okay.
The Raiders and the Commanders, because I feel like they're actually pretty even, pretty level. And it's not really teams that I pull for generally anyways, but I'm going to go with the Commanders over the Raiders because, as Country said, that they just seem to be playing slightly better. But I am excited to see that matchup.
Okay, cool. Honestly, I think this should be I personally think that Las Vegas is being generous right here. Is not being generous. They're being greedy and stingy with their points. I think the Washington Commanders, assuming that Jaden Daniels is healthy, should win this game by at least a touchdown. I did take the Washington Commanders. You both took Washington, so we're going to give you guys a couple extra points here, each for that one. I think Washington should get the win for sure. They are going to be on the road, and anytime you go to Las Vegas, that's a tough situation. But you're both 100% right. The Washington Commanders just kind of are the better team at the moment. There's still a lot of question marks around the Las Vegas Raiders. Is Ashton Jeanty the real deal, that young rookie running back? Does this defense have anything left in the tank to stop an offense, because we saw them kind of get slaughtered last night by the Chargers? So, okay, y'all, let's do the next one here. Looks like it's your turn to go first, Brandy. How you feeling?
Yeah.
Feeling okay? Okay, this one, let's actually rewind. I don't know what I did with my graphics here. This should be at the top of the screen here. It's going to be Eagles and Rams coming up. Let's reset. Oops, let's get you your 13 points back. Let's make sure that we don't skimp you on your points. I'm going to put 30 seconds on the clock. Once again, Brandy, you trail by 1. Let's see how many points you can pick up on this one. Philadelphia Eagles going to L.A. The L.A. Rams, Eagles 3.5-point favorites. Both teams tied up at 2-2. Who will win this game and why?
Oh, Helen can be mad. I don't like birds. So, sorry. I'm going to go with the Rams over the Eagles. It will be a hard-fought game, I think, since they both seem to be hard-fighting teams this year. But I don't. Not a big bird fan.
You know what? That counts. I'll take it. I'll take it. That you've still got 3 seconds on the clock. You want one more point? Okay, no worries. You're up by 1. You have the lead at the moment. Country, we're going to put 30 seconds on the clock for you, as always.
All right.
Here we
Oh,
go.
tell me
Take it
when.
away. Take it away.
Okay. So, I don't like the Eagles either, but I'm going with the Eagles. Just because of how they do play, and Hurts, he's good. I mean, the Rams they look good too. But I mean, the Rams defense, they have somebody in isn't playing. I'm not going to waste time on the words. And then you have Barkley playing. The players are they look better to me on the Eagles side, so I'm going with the Eagles.
Okay, that's time. So just a reminder here for everyone. Brandy, you went LA Rams, is that correct?
Yes.
And Country, you went Eagles.
I did.
Okay, Mario went Philadelphia Eagles on this one. I'm sorry to Rams radar with Peyo. Sorry, Peyo. My boy Peyo is out there. He's another live streamer. He's hanging out in the chat right now. We got FJM in the chat. Owl on the prowl. Kyle Bishop, the Italian Santa Claus, saying that the LA Rams look good. And Stafford is starting to get in tune with his receivers. But how long is it until old man Stafford breaks his back again? On the other side, the Philadelphia Eagles did allow 20 points from the Dallas Cowboys, and the LA Rams could fire off right now. So if any game has the word upset written all over it, I will say that this one might be it. If the Rams win this game, I would not be that quote-unquote upset by it. So, Brandy, I'm not totally casting away your vote on that one. So but I will lean towards Country on that particular pick. So, Country, you now have a 2-point lead after that matched connection here. Country, it is going to be your turn to go first right now. And the next matchup I have up at the top of the screen seems to be the Falcons and the Panthers. Who do you think will win this game and why? Falcons are 6-point favorites. Take it away.
Falcons for sure. Panthers, don't know really what they're doing. Not very, no. They're 0-2. I don't necessarily think for me, it doesn't matter if they're home or not. I don't really take that into account when I'm looking at a team. They're just not good. And the Falcons, I mean, they're 1-1, but when they played the Vikings, they crushed it. They took them.
Time. Okay. Good points. Well made. Good points. Well made. I'm curious to hear what Brandy has to say. Let's see if she can make up 4 points here and tie this thing back up. Brandy, who do you think will win this game and why?
Oh, bless. Poor Panthers. What she said. They're not what are they doing ever? I don't think it's football anymore, or unless it's peewee football at this point. The Falcons are definitely going to win this. There's no doubt. And like she said, it doesn't matter if it's home or not. They don't have a home field advantage.
Okay. Yeah, I do think that home field advantage matters in a sense. I do think that home field advantage does matter in a sense, but I don't think it matters enough in this particular case to make the difference. So I do agree with both of y'all on that. And I also do agree with both of y'all on the fact that I think the Atlanta Falcons will also win this game. The Falcons were this close against the Buccaneers, but boy, oh boy, did they shut down those Minnesota Vikings, man. They really, and Santino was the one covering that game, and you can see it on his face. My poor boy, getting crushed. Those Vikings got crushed, man. And I was back here. You saw me running around, just living life, just kind of rubbing it in. So I do think the Falcons will win this one. Both of y'all are on the same page with me, so I'm going to give y'all both an extra point right here. Brandy, you've got 2 points to make up, but you will be going first here. Let's see how many points you can recover here, maybe even take the lead before Country gets on board. And this is your softball here. This is your team, girl. Time to shine. Pittsburgh Steelers, New England Patriots. Who will win this game and why?
Oh, I have to pull for Steelers because they're my team, for one. But I have to admit that my iron curtain is looking a little bit like a shower curtain that's clear, flimsy, and easy to see through. Um, but they'll get there, I think, maybe this year at some point. They're not being very strong, but if we get taken down by the Patriots, I'm going to be wearing blue for the rest of the year.
No, you will not. No, you will not. I don't
No,
buy it. I
you're
don't
right, probably
believe it.
not.
I don't believe it. What's going on, Lucinda? Thanks for checking in. Richard Carr, FJM, still with us. Got a good crowd right now. Okay, guys. So, Brandy, with that take, you did take the lead. The score is now 21-20. Country, who do you think will win this game and why?
This one is tough. The Steelers, their defense was terrible last week. There's injuries. People are out and questionable. Maybe just to go up against Brandy, I'm gonna go with the Patriots. The Patriots have a rookie quarterback, but he seems to be, okay. He needs to find his footing, but I think I wasn't happy with the Steelers. With seeing their defense wasn't.
I agree. I'm with, but both of y'all made really good points right here. Country, you took the lead with what you had to say here, but you know what? Brandy gets the extra point because I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to win. I put them on there, so we're back to tied. So we are now tied up at 22-22. Both of y'all making points. Owl on the prowl saying, we stink. Richard Carr, I see y'all out there. The Italian Santa Claus left a comment right here saying that the Steelers better win this one or Aaron Rodgers better retire. I mean, dude, she says facts. So I'm 100. Is the Pats quarterback a rookie? I thought he was in year 2. He is in year 2 now. But he's playing like a rookie. So I'm 100% on board this time with Brandy. So Brandy, you are all tied up with Country. It looks like Country went second on this one here. So it looks like Country will get to go first this is actually going to take us to about halftime here on this live stream. This is going to be the Green Bay Packers. It's going to be the Green Bay Packers versus the Browns. And if you say the Browns, I'm going to lose my mind. But let's see what you have to say. Who will win this game and why? Country, take it away.
Okay, Packers. I think Packers are going to end up at the Super Bowl for sure. From what I've been seeing, they are missing some wide receivers though. They are, but I mean, I don't think that's going to matter with the Browns. The Packers are going to take it the way they have been playing. I mean, we've seen Kraft. He came out of nowhere for me. Jaden Love. He's fire. I think they're making a really great team this year, those two together. And their defense isn't that bad.
Yeah, their defense just got a heck of a lot better. That one, good points made on that one. Brandy, who do you think will win this one and why? Take it away.
Oh, it's definitely going to be the Packers. They've been playing very well. I'm totally on board with their Super Bowl bound. Absolutely. They've built a great team altogether. Very surprising they come out the way that they did. Just swinging, and they haven't stopped swinging since they got out on the field. So I'm going to go with the Packers. Poor Browns. So I don't think does anyone ever pull for them?
We had a 2% thing when we voted. There was like 2% that went with the Browns.
I think the chat room went with 8%, 7% Cleveland Browns on this one. So less than 10% of the audience believes that the Cleveland Browns will win this one. But we know that the Cleveland Browns are out here just to throw a wrench in everyone's plans. As you as a Pittsburgh Steelers fan are probably very well aware of what the Cleveland Browns can do to really good teams. The Browns are 8.5-point underdogs for this one. and they're coming into this 0-2. The Green Bay Packers are fully loaded on defense. They've got Micah Parsons from the Dallas Cowboys. Their offense has been on a tear. Jordan Love looking like a top-tier quarterback right now. Honestly, Matthew Golden showed up. Romeo Doubs has showed up. And even though Jaden Reed is out right now, I think that Green Bay should absolutely crush this one. But you never know. It did actually take it. I feel like it took the Ravens a few quarters to get up on the Browns, although they did smoke the Browns last week. It did take them some time to find their footing, and we know that Myles Garrett is an actual cyborg out there on the defensive side of the football. So, okay, guys, both of y'all were right. Country, you still have a 1-point lead right now. Brandy, we're now crossing the halfway mark right here. We've got the final 8 games on deck. We're going to the bottom side of the screen. Going to the bottom side of the screen right now. The New York Jets versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are 7-point favorites. Brandy, who do you think will win this game and why?
Oh, the Bucket. Don't the don't the Jets have like a backup quarterback right now? Isn't their main one out? I think that's probably going to be Bucks anyways, because I think Jets probably be playing like preseason would be what they would be rolling back to, unless I have my teams wrong.
Keep going.
but I think that it'll definitely be the Bucks. Just they're also playing. And Fields is, I think, out on concussion. So,
okay, that is a great point. Justin Fields' injury would make a huge impact for the New York Jets team. And honestly, this is kind of okay. I'm not going to say anything just yet. Brandy, you took the lead there. You've got a 1-point lead right now. Country, who do you think is going to win this game and why?
I think the Buccaneers, the Jets defense, they're surrendering 30 points in both games. And then the Bucks 2-0, Jets 0-2. So if they do win this one, then it's going to be 3-0. The Jets will go down by 3 or be 0-3. Mayfield, he's averaging 220 passing yards. I just think the Buccaneers, I don't remember the Jets doing, the Jets are offense are fewer than 17.
It's okay. You can keep going. I'm just letting you know that any points you make after I call time don't count. But well said. Well said, though. No. Yeah, Justin Fields being hurt makes all the world of a difference, y'all. And I knew this was going to happen because if your quarterback ends up concussed, it's just not going to work out if you don't have a good quarterback in there. And the Jets obviously shipped off every quarterback that they had. No more Zach Wilson, no more, obviously, Aaron Rodgers, no more anyone back there. I actually don't even know who the backup quarterback is for the Jets this season. Tampa Bay Buccaneers took care of work. They're 2-0 coming into this one. And, yeah, I think that's kind of a no-brainer at this point. The New York Jets, just nothing to get excited about with that team. They're going to lean heavily on Breece Hall, though. I will say that their running game should be strong, but the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense solid. Good point there as well, Country, when you said that the New York Jets were giving up 30 points in their first 2 games, so their defense just they can't stop a dang thing. So, what's up, Great? Checking into the chat. Looks like Bob is in the house right now. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Brandy, you got the first one on this second half of the turnaround here. So, Country, you are going to get to go first. Who do you think will win the next game and why? It should be the Cincinnati Bengals and the Minnesota Vikings. 30 seconds on the clock. Take it away.
Bengals. Not a fan of Vikings, most of you know. But the Vikings, they look terrible. We have Joe Burrow, who has a toe injury. J.J. McCarthy, who has a sprain and will be out for a couple weeks. That might be good for the Vikings because he wasn't good in the game. So maybe this person that they're going to put in, they might go, let's keep him. Yeah, the Vikings are still a favorite. Also, Addison is suspended until the 28th. So they
Yeah.
are also missing Addison. It just doesn't look good for the Vikings. And I'll go with them, the
Cool.
Bengals.
Cool. Perfect. Okay. Okay. I agree with some of the things you said there. I disagree with a few of the things you said there, but what do y'all think, guys, out in the chat here? Did I put this up since he looks like a 75% going with Minnesota, though, in the chat? Brandy, who do you think is going to win this game and why? Take it away.
I'm going with the Vikings. But just like a boo-boo game, right?
Yeah,
Everybody has
that's fair.
boo-boos. The big guys have the boo-boos. So again, like I said earlier, with the game before being like a preseason team, with the quarterback being no one even knows his name, this one's going to be the same way. I think you got two quarterbacks that are who, and we're just going to toss a coin. So I guess my coin is landing on Vikings.
Okay, time. Hey, you took the full 30 seconds. Let's go. Okay, so we are looking at a 1-point lead right now. Country's got the 1-point lead. The score is 32-31. Country, you went with Cincinnati. Brandy, you went with Minnesota. Ladies and gentlemen, Mario actually took the Minnesota Vikings on this one. So, Brandy, you tied it up by having the same pick right here. Here's why. So, both of y'all are right. Both of these quarterbacks are out, which makes this game really, really interesting. The Cincinnati Bengals, with Jake Browning being their quarterback. The Minnesota Vikings, I like their quarterback situation just a little bit better because their backup quarterback is Carson Wentz, who was a first-round pick in the 2016 draft for the Philadelphia Eagles and was a key piece of the Philadelphia Eagles' very first Super Bowl run, although it was Nick Foles who finished the job there. But I think Minnesota will do better without J.J. McCarthy because he was not doing well at all. J.J. McCarthy looked like, like Brandy said, but in a different context, boo-boo. He looked like boo-boo. He definitely did not look good in that game, and I think that there is now hope for the Minnesota Vikings without J.J. McCarthy. Let's see if Carson Wentz can roll back that clock and be that first-round quarterback once again. Plus, this game is in Minnesota, and I do believe that this game being in Minnesota is going to have an impact on the home field advantage here. Vikings do come into the game, guys, as 3-point favorites. Cincinnati Bengals 2-0, Vikings 1-1. Without Joe Burrow, Jake Browning is not the guy, but we'll see what happens. So, okay.
This last Vikings game was at home, correct?
The last Vikings game against I was at home. It
So
definitely
that's why I
was.
don't always say the home field advantage.
That's true. No, that's a valid point. That's a good point. You're right. You're not wrong about that. And it's not always a perfect science. We all know that. Dallas Cowboys got whooped at home last year a lot of times. It hurt. I still feel it from last year. It's reverberating through my soul. Looks like Joseph Connor's in the house. Hoodies up. I'm geeking checking in right now. What up, Hoodies? 50-50 split, though. Looks like Country, you did a good job of convincing some people that Cincy would take this one. 16 votes in the poll, 56-44. Let's move on to the next one. So I think it's Brandy's turn to go first here. The next game that I have on the slate, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the Denver Broncos and the L.A. Chargers, one of my favorite games in this week's slate. One of my favorite games in this week's slate, the Chargers 2-0, the Broncos 1-1, and the Chargers are 2.5-point home favorites. 2.5-point home favorites. Brandy, who do you think will win this game and why?
The Chargers over the Broncos, since the Chargers have done the 2 and Broncos have lost 1. Other than that, I don't really have much. You got the sacks have been allowed are pretty even, I think, between both teams. Protect your quarterback better. It's going to be an interesting game, I think, but I wouldn't say enough for me to think that the Broncos are going to be able to keep up with the Chargers. I happen to like the Chargers, or maybe I just like their jerseys. Like I said, ooh, shiny.
Time. Okay. Love it. That picked you up 3 points. Brandy, a 3-point lead. Country, who do you think will win this game and why? This is your chance to run away with it. Let's see what happens here.
Okay, so Chargers as well, which is I thought the Broncos were going to do better than they are. Chargers are coming into it 2-0. The Chargers are averaging more points than the Broncos. There's Bo Nix has thrown 3 interceptions. Chargers have more yards per game than the Broncos. Chargers have 1 less sack, 5 sacks. Broncos have 6. Chargers in the history have also swept Broncos off their feet.
Wow.
I think just from the history, we're going to go with I'd like to go with the Broncos. I have their defense, but Chargers.
Okay. All right. You took a 1-point lead on that one. You made some really good points. I love the stats. Keep those coming. I agree with that 100%. I'm torn, ladies. I actually went back and forth in my head chewing on this one for a little bit here. What I liked about the Chargers was the fact that they absolutely crushed in Brazil, on the road, in South America for week 1. But they actually didn't do the world's greatest job against the Las Vegas Raiders last night. The Denver Broncos in week 1 against the Titans crushed. And the Denver Broncos looked every bit of that playoff team that they were last year, although they were gifted a playoff berth thanks to the Kansas City Chiefs. I like the Chargers. I've been a fan of the Chargers. I do believe that the Chargers will win this game and be at the top of this division. And I think we're going to get a okay, you guys might think I'm crazy for this. Everyone's going to light me up here because I know that the Ravens exist. I know that the Buffalo Bills exist. But I think it's going to be Chargers and Packers in the Super Bowl, or at least Chargers all the way to the conference championship. I know. Everyone looked at me the same way when I said the Indiana Pacers were going to the NBA Finals, but I'm calling it now. The LA Chargers are my favorite team in the AFC right now. Right now. You guys might think I'm crazy, but that's my take right here. Country, I went with the Chargers, so I'm going to give you the extra point here. You now have a 2-point lead. You will now get to go first here on this following matchup. This next game up on the slate here is the Saints versus the Seattle Seahawks. Who do you think will win and why? Take it away.
Seahawks. Saints not looking good. Seahawks, they're 1-1, so they, did 1. Saints are also not averaging as many points as the Seahawks. We have Kevin Walker coming off with 100+ rushing yards. I just think the Seahawks are going to do it. I don't think the Saints are really playing all that great, honestly. I don't have too much aside from that. The defense for the Saints.
Okay. All right. Okay. Brandy, you heard what Country had to say. Brandy, what do you think about this matchup? Who will win this matchup and why?
I think I'm a little salty with the Seahawks right now because how they did my Steelers, like 17-point hold. And yeah, but I have to go with the Seahawks too, unfortunately. And I don't even like birds, but the Saints aren't doing well. And from what I saw against the Steelers, the Seahawks are rounding out to be a pretty good team. So I guess that's my.
Okay, fair enough. I think most of the chat looks like 91% of the chat lean towards the Seattle Seahawks as well, ladies. I got to tell you, I totally disagree. I'm kidding. No, I totally agree with y'all. The Seattle Seahawks are 100% going to win this game. If I had to put money on this game, I would take the Seattle Seahawks. They are 1-1, and I thought they were going to win in week 1. I knew that they were going to give the Steelers a run for their money, but I didn't think that they would actually beat the Steelers in week 2. And the fact that they got the win over Aaron Rodgers there, The defense showed up nasty, y'all. And as you said, Country, Kenneth Walker is averaging over 100 yards a game right now. He's been eating it up on the ground, scoring touchdowns, and just crushing it. Both of y'all were right on this one with me. I feel like I got to give out a couple extra points to both of y'all for being on the same page with me. Brandy, you got a little bit of ground to make up right now. The next match coming up here is the looks like the Arizona Cardinals versus the San Francisco 49ers. Who do you think will win this game and why? Take it away.
49ers? I like birds. Okay. I had to stick with the theme. There's a theme here, Mario, okay? I don't like birds.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
Both teams are, they're 2-0, right? So it's going to be, and I think it's a divisional thing at this point.
Yep.
Not really good with the lingo.
No, that's right. That's correct.
So, but I think we'll have to go with the 49ers over the Cardinals just because they seem somewhat stronger. I think the 49ers have a couple boo-boos themselves, but I think they'll be able to make up for it. I hope.
Okay. All right. So with that take right there, got a 1-point lead, Brandy. Country, here's your chance to tie it up and maybe pull ahead right now. Who do you think will win this game and why? Cardinals, 49ers, take it away.
Well, Kittle is out. And so I think that's kind of a big thing. Even though the Cardinals, they're penalty prone, but I think, I'm going to go with the Cardinals. I will again choose the other side. I just think, especially with the 49ers, with Purdy being out, I don't know. I'm going to Cardinals, their performance doesn't look great, but I'm just going on my gut feeling.
Okay. Interesting. That's kind of an interesting take. Now, Dynasty Lions seems to agree with you. Brandy saying that she knows what she's talking about. And Country, you got a couple of people in Robert Zamora and Joseph Connor saying that that's going to go in the direction of the Arizona Cardinals. Now, honestly, y'all, this is going to be one of the closest games, in my opinion, of the week, for sure. Outside of the New England Patriots and the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Houston Texans and the Jaguars, this is the only other game that has less than a 2-point spread. So this one really, really is a coin toss here. San Francisco 49ers 2-0, Arizona Cardinals 2-0 coming into this game. And, oh man, I just cannot choose. Now, Brock Purdy being injured does make a big difference, but Mac Jones was a top 5 quarterback last week. So the backup quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers can still sling the rock. Plus, there's a guy by the name of Christian McCaffrey back there who can do it all, and the 49ers will be at home. That being said, the San Francisco 49ers are 1.5-point favorites coming into this game. And I will show you guys my table when this is all over. This is the one game that I disagreed with the Las Vegas odds. This is the one game that I disagreed with the Las Vegas odds. I took the Arizona Cardinals to win this one. So that puts you at 45-42. Country, you got a 3-point lead. Y'all are stacking up points right now, that's for sure. What's up, Kadar Salah? I see it. Cardinals looking better, though, says Joseph Connor. 49ers are beat up again already this year, says FJM. Of course, no Brandon Ayuk. They got rid of Deebo Samuel. But the 49ers are still dangerous, man. And there are 3 teams in this division that are 2-0. The Rams, the Cardinals, and the 49ers. And the other team is the Seahawks, and they're 1-1. Toughest division. Maybe not the most tough division in football, but the closest division in football for sure. Okay, who went first on that last one? I think that was Brandy. You went first on the last one? Okay, so Country, you'll get to go first on this next matchup. This following matchup is going to be your softball serve here. It is the Dallas Cowboys versus the Chicago Bears. Who will win this game and why?
Well, I'm going to go with my Cowboys, and not just because they're my team. 1-1. Bears are 0-2. The Bears defense, they allowed about 40 points per game. They're in the bottom of defense. There are some Cowboy injuries, Bear injuries. The Cowboys, though, are averaging 274 passing yards per game. Both are, it's going to be, it should be interesting. The Bears did well with some fantasy points this last week, but I'm going to go with the Cowboys.
Cool. Okay. Brandy, you've got some ground to make up. I'm going to let's give you an extra 10 seconds on the board here. See if you can't make up some ground here. Brandy, who do you think is going to win this game and why? Take it away.
Okay, extra time for the one that doesn't talk much. I gotcha. Okay, so the Cowboys, I'm going to take the Cowboys just because they've been surprising me a little bit this year with their fight, and the Bears haven't been being very bear-like. They're pretty weak, actually. It looks like they've not won anything this year, which is surprising to me. They got some injuries. The Cowboys do, but the Bears do as well, so it's pretty even. I don't know. The defense is weak. Maybe their offense is. This game is going to be really weird to me. I'm going to pull for the Cowboys because I have to, or my husband will kill me in my sleep.
Time.
Hopefully it'll be a pretty good game.
I'm going to give you the extra point just to keep you safe.
Yay!
Okay, so you're going with the Cowboys. Country going with the Cowboys. Mario is also going with the Cowboys. Oh, yeah, you're going with the Cowboys, right? Everyone's going with the Cowboys on that one? What does the chat think? Let's take a look right now. Blowout by Cowboys. 70% of the chat going with the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to read some of these comments right here that are checking into the chat. Looks like Hoodie's had a quick question asking, please explain how the San Francisco 49ers are still dangerous when they didn't even berth the postseason last year. They have an older / depleted / less talented roster. Well, I'll tell you one reason why. The name is Shanahan. And as long as they got that head coach, there's always a possibility. Anyways, let's get to the game that we were just talking about. Cowboys and Bears. I'm inclined to agree with the both of you. Now, I was actually wrong when I said there were only 3 games with less than a 2-point spread. This is one of them. The Dallas Cowboys are only 1.5-point favorites. This game will be in Chicago, though. Guys, shout out to Paul Gregory in the house. The facts is the truth checks in right now. The Italian Santa Claus saying the 70-yard leg man. That's tough. Guys, Brandon Aubrey won the game for the Dallas Cowboys. Bro, what a game. What a game this past week. Final score, just barely winning in overtime for the Dallas Cowboys. That was insanity. My biggest concern with Dallas is that horrid, awful, stinky, smelly defense. That defense is terrible, dude. I cannot sit here and watch another game. I cannot sit here and watch another game where the Dallas Cowboys give up 400 passing yards to washed up, crusty Russell Wilson. And this time it's going to be Caleb Williams throwing the football, and he's got some weapons. He's looking better this year, but the Bears do have their fair struggles. Obviously, you guys know me. I got my chain as always. I am not shying away from my Dallas Cowboys. I will take my Dallas Cowboys 100% in this one. Both of you ladies will get extra points on this one here. Looks like Country is the first to crack 50 today. Brandy just a few points behind. We have 2 more matchups. Let's see who will take this one now. So here comes the Sunday night football slate. The Kansas City Chiefs and the New York Giants. So, Brandy, you will be first up here. Who do you think will win this game and why?
Oh man, can they both just go home?
Okay.
The Chiefs are very disappointing this year. I mean, they're 0-2, and that's been a while. Over a decade now of them playing this badly? And then if they lose to the Giants, I mean, it's going to be funny. I think I'm going to laugh a lot. I'm going to go with the Giants just for the fun of it.
Oh, what? Oh, man. I'm going to give you a point just for saying that. You just took the lead. Okay. Unbelievable. All right. Okay. Country, who do you think will win this game and why?
I've been watching the Chiefs a little bit more. I have some of their players on fantasy. They're not. A few years ago, I would have said, whoa. Now I'm just saying, whoa, as in, like, this is awful. I'm going with the Chiefs, though. They're both 0-2. Both of them are pushing for a win. I think the Chiefs are going to push a little harder. Patrick Mahomes is the team's current leading rusher, which is kind of wild. The offense for the Giants totaled about 910 yards.
Wow.
I'm going with
you can keep
Chiefs.
going. Okay, wow. Those are really good stats right there. Patrick Mahomes is legitimately the leading rusher right now for the team. Kareem Hunt not getting the job done. Isaiah Pacheco not getting the job done. However, in Brandy's defense, Russell Wilson has been cooking, though. He has been cooking, and I might say, the crusty and terrible Dallas Cowboys defense, but the Washington Commanders defense is not terrible, and Russell Wilson still had a decent game against them. Now, the Washington Commanders did win that game in Week 1, but I'm going to lean towards the Kansas City Chiefs to win this one as well, so we'll give you the extra point there, Country. The Kansas City Chiefs are actually 6.5-point favorites coming into this one. The Smoke saying, I can't stand those two teams, says the Smoke. So, Brandy, I think he's on board with you for that, saying, I can't stand either of the two. Martin saying, I want the Giants to beat the Chiefs. Will that happen? I don't know. Italian Santa Claus checks into the conversation. He says Pacheco going to run for 150. I don't know, man. It doesn't look that way, and he's my Dominican brother from another mother. Kyle Bishop saying that 50-yard bomb to the end zone was insane, talking about Russell Wilson and his shot to Wan'Dale Robinson. That was or was it the Malik Neighbors touchdown? Because both of them had huge days. And, of course, the Smoke saying scataboo out there. Yeah, man, it's going to come down to which defense can actually get the job done here, I think. I think both offenses, where they're at, and I never thought I would say this, but both offenses, because the Chiefs have so many issues and suspensions and injuries on their side, they're kind of evenly matched. And I would kind of defensively, this game might be an upset. Brandy, if you get this one right, girl, we gotta buy you a box of chocolates or send you some flowers or something, because my gosh, if you get this one right and the Giants win, Kansas City ain't making the playoffs for sure.
Oh, they're doing that anyways?
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's already questionable to see if they're gonna make the playoffs. They're at the bottom of the AFC West. All right, y'all, let's do our final matchup here. This is gonna be the last one. This is Monday Night Football, ladies and gentlemen. Monday Night Football. It's going to be the Detroit Lions in Baltimore. Monday Night Football, Detroit Lions in Baltimore here. The Baltimore Ravens 4.5-point favorites at home. Both teams 1-1. One team, the Detroit Lions, having lost to the Green Bay Packers, and the Ravens losing to the Buffalo Bills the opening week. Go ahead, Country. Who will win this game and why?
This is a tough one, but I think I'm actually going to go with the Lions because of St. Brown, and Detroit scoring the 52 points last week. There's Flowers. He came out of nowhere. Literally, I watched him because he is the person that made me lose fantasy that week. He came out of nowhere. Their Ravens numbers, they're weaker than usual. They're just not, to me, doing as well. Besides Flowers, Lamar Jackson, I think he's a great quarterback, but you have to have the whole team with you. He can't do it on his own, especially with the defense.
Okay. All right. So she's going with the Detroit Lions. Brandy, who do you think is going to win this game and why?
Oh, God, I hate pulling for a bird team. Okay, so I have to go with the Ravens. Um, just because Lamar and Henry and Flowers, they've looked crazy strong. Maybe not this week, but of course this week they look strong. But the week before that, I think it was the Ravens alone that made me win fantasy. Um, so I think they're going to do really well. Of course, the Lions, they're really strong anyway, especially with Goff. Of course, you got Goff, got Jackson. Both teams are really strong.
Time.
It's going to be a really good game.
Oh,
And
my
I'm going
goodness. Okay. All right. Well, score is 56 to 55. I'm going to let y'all know right now, both these teams are 1-1. And there's a strong case to be made for both of these teams. The chat right now, who's checked into this live stream, is leaning towards the Detroit Lions, 55% and sinking. And now it's a 50-50 split. Y'all in the chat are starting to give me an aneurysm right now. I'm trying to read this, and it just flipped to the Baltimore Ravens. I will let you know that I actually took the Baltimore Ravens for this one. So we are all tied up right now at the end of all of this. That means we need to do a tiebreaker, y'all. That means we're going to have a tiebreaker right here. And my question to the both of y'all, I'm going to give y'all 30 seconds to tell me which game and why, of the ones that you see above and below, which of these games is going to be the biggest upset here and why? Which game is going to which game has the upset potential? I'm going to give y'all a few minutes, and I'm going to tell you guys my thoughts because I know y'all weren't expecting this coming. I'm breaking the pattern here. Y'all weren't expecting this, but looking at all of the lists right now, the 49ers being 1.5-point favorites, I think the Arizona Cardinals would be a big upset right there because they are they are on the road and they are underdogs right there. So if the Cardinals win, that would be a problem. Now, the other one that we're looking at, the Jacksonville Jaguars, Houston Texans, I think that one could also be an upset. The Jaguars being favorites, Houston Texans, if they win that one on the road, would be a really good upset here. If, again, there's two that well, the one that I think is wild is the one that Brandy said. If the New York Giants are able to actually get the Kansas City Chiefs on that one, my head would explode. I don't even know what I would do. And of course, if the Browns did, so I don't even know if my tiebreaker is good. Maybe y'all should just rock paper scissors. I don't know. Brandy, who do you think? Who do you think is going to be the biggest upset of the week? If upset potential of the week.
Oh, goodness. Oh, and you had to pick me and go first. Oh, no.
You got the extra 10 seconds last time.
I didn't want him. You could have had him. Okay. I would definitely say the Giants with the Chiefs. Just because, one, I think that would shock, like you said, everyone. Two, I really, really want it to happen.
Okay. Fair enough. Country, who do you think?
No lie. You can see it here. Chiefs and the Giants. Again, because they're both 0-2. They both really want it. The team that loses, they're done. I think if the Chiefs lose, which I don't think they were going to do well to begin with this season, you said it, and I saw it. I agreed with it. I think the Travis and Patrick Mahomes thing that they had is gone. So I'd love to see the Giants win, even though I went with the Chiefs. I think if the Chiefs lose, the world's gonna kind of go poof. It's not gonna poof, but there's gonna be stuff going on.
Both of y'all were tied. Both of y'all picked the same game. I think this game will end in a tie tonight, y'all. Ladies, thank y'all so much for playing today.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to doing this again with everyone in the chat here in the future. Guys, if you are channel members out there and you want to try doing this kind of matchup, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I really enjoyed this live stream, ladies. Thank y'all so much. Y'all made it fun
This
for
was
me.
fun. Thank you.
I got some laughs in today. So, ladies, y'all stick around, and we'll do a debrief after this. Everyone else out there watching right now, I hope y'all have a great time. We will be live on Thursday, ladies and gentlemen, for the first game up on that top left-hand corner. The Miami Dolphins will be visiting the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo. It'll be a heck of a game, and we'll be live covering that one. Until next time, you're watching Football Nation. Let's effing go.